Do you follow the Dakar Rally? If you do, good on you. If not, I'm going to give you a few reasons why I think you should pay attention to this epic motorcycle race. And one of those reasons is sat right next to me right now. This is Mr. Neil Hawker, who you might remember from such films as Chris and Neil Rider, Himalayan and a
Yeah,
KTM
that's a good
390
one.
up a river. And Neil's been a long-term friend of mine and a friend of Bike Body's, helped us out on loads of stuff over the years. And Neil is doing the Dakar again this year. So this will be your third shot at it. First shot
We
was,
don't talk about
well,
that.
you did half a Dakar, so it was a Dak.
Yeah.
Still half more than I've done. Second shot, fantastic finish. Third shot is this year. He's going to have another crack at it. His attempt at the Dakar this year is something we've got on board with. We want to be a part of the whole story because the race is incredible, but there is such a big build up to get there. There is so much commitment, so much effort needed just to be on the start line. So we're going to run through in this video a little bit about what it takes to actually go and do a Dakar and some of the key ways that you need to prepare for this frankly insane race. Neil Hawker, you're going to
Yeah.
Dakar, mate.
In 97 days. Not counting. I'm not excited or nervous. Yeah, it's actually hit me now because when it got down to no, when it got down to double
He's
digits,
better at riding than he is
the
at numbers.
maths. Yeah, it's getting really exciting. Bikes are starting to come in line, even starting to pack stuff, which is, I know it's a bit premature maybe, but I want to be quite prepared. At least I'm going this time with like a proper experience from last time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you've been twice before. The first time
we don't talk about the
we don't
first
talk
time,
about the first
but
time.
it,
You got there quite
it was
successfully.
absolutely amazing, and it was a massive baptism of fire. I mean, yeah, it was all new. It was like exciting. There was a massive build up. It's not just one event. It was probably 4 years.
I want to ask first of all why the Dakar? What it's anyway. Same, you can ask the same people of why the Isle of Man TT with in the road
Yeah,
bike world. Like, why race the Dakar? Someone dies nearly every year. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a dangerous event. It's a
is.
hard event. You lose weight and you are ruined for weeks afterwards. What's in it for you? Like, why do you want to do that event again?
I remember as a childhood memory, it was when motorsport was on Grandstand. It was
Yeah.
BBC. It was like a Saturday morning.
Black and white, I'd wager.
And actually, it was one of my heroes, Dave Thorpe, winning at Farley Castle. He crashed on the first corner and still won. It was unbelievable. After that, in between the races, they were showing highlights of Dakar, and I was probably, 10, 11 years old, and I was like, wow, look at the terrain, the bikes. A real famous shot of a rider launching off this dune, tumbling, looking up and shaking his head at the camera, and I remember that and thinking, oh, that was pretty cool. There's no deserts in the UK, is
No,
there?
they're
Especially
very
growing
few,
up
yeah.
in North Devon, is deserts. Yeah, there's not much. So it was kind of like, wow, this landscape, like it looked like the moon, some of it. So I don't know. Since then, I've always been in the back of my mind, and then working with Pavey, meeting some of the people like Patsy Quick and all these people who've done this legendary race, and I was like,
Because Patsy Quick looks legendary. If anyone grew up in the
Another
southeast
legend.
like I did on Meridian News, Patsy Quick would be on the telly.
Yeah.
With her Dakar. She's a female Dakar racer.
oh, it's unbelievable,
Immensely successful
unbelievable.
and an incredibly hard character. She dealt with some horrible injuries
Yeah.
and this is what you get more and more. The more you find out about people doing the Dakar, they deal with adversity, they deal with the hardship, and you see all that on the telly, but you don't realise that actually just to get to the race, the amount of time they have to put in to prepare themselves, to prepare the admin. The money is always one big thing. It's not a cheap race to do, but boo-hoo, that's all motorsport. Like, motorsport isn't cheap, but it's the admin and the hoops you have to jump through to get to that start line. From scrutineering, from carnets to get your bikes out there, from having all of the correct equipment and the correct kit all signed off. Like, scrutineering is a monster event for
It's
this.
so much admin, like logistics. It is.
mental.
It is, but that's with any sport. And if you've got to that level, I've been riding motorbikes for a long time, and I could quite happily get on the bike tomorrow and start the Dakar, and I'll be happy. Like, I'm sure you'd put your leg over a TT bike and go and do the Isle of Man. I'm sure you could, and you know you could.
My wife watches this. No, I absolutely wouldn't. I promise.
But it's the same sort of like I'm not a professional motorcyclist. I'm a professional trail rider working for like, teaching people how to ride motorbikes and being around motorbikes. But I've not got to. I've got to a level where it's unbelievable where I can ride with the very best in the world. 6 day, when we rode the 6 day together, we were with Dougie Lampkin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's not very many sports you can be in exactly the same course, in exactly the same event, with the best riders in the world.
There's not many races I could enter where I could go up against Marquez.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I'd say the closest thing in motorbike racing, in road racing, circuit racing, is probably it's probably the Suzuka 8 Hours. That's probably the closest one, because that's the one that all the factory teams attend. It's the one that all the current MotoGP riders want a shot at, and you always get a few MotoGP racers there, superbike racers, right down to the privateers. And they're all competing at the same time on the same track.
It's so cool. I mean, like riding with your heroes, like when Toby Price and people like that, you're sat chatting to them you're coming in to after the liaison, you're all waiting for that first stage, and there was Fernando Alonso, there was Petter Hansel, Nani Roma, like all these on the cars now, and the bikers. It's just this event that is just unbelievable what happens, but yeah, like how cool it is to be part of.
And to break it down, like the essence of the racing, for those who aren't familiar with rally, is completely unfamiliar terrain.
Yeah.
You have a road book, which is on the front of the bike. You've got this nonsense here, all this gibberish. We'll show you this properly, but you're reading these notes. So you've got cap headings, you've got distances, you've got strange little pictograms, and that's all you know about the road ahead. So like in rally cars, everyone's familiar with a co-driver. Well, on a motorcycle rally, you're your own co-driver. So as well as riding as fast as you can go, you're also navigating as fast as you can go and trying to cover huge distances.
Yeah, massive distances.
And it's 10 days of that.
14, yeah.
14 days of that.
30, the prologue, it kind of doesn't count, but the prologue's really important. I mean, we'll probably go off on many tangents here, but we'll talk about the prologue another time.
The prologue.
We'll get
essentially, it's 14 days.
14 days. 2 weeks.
Of navigating and riding as fast as you can, and because you're entering what's now called the Motul Originals class, which was previously known as Malmoto, there's no support crew.
None.
These boxes we're sat on, you get one of these.
They're expensive. They're 20 grand each.
20 grand box. You get one of these boxes.
Yeah.
And you have to service your bike every night.
Yeah.
You have to do your tyre changes. You have to do any repairs, your maintenance.
Everything. Yeah.
And average distance in a day, roughly.
So the specials usually range from 350k to 500 maybe, but then the liaisons add to that. So it's all a bit of a mental game.
So probably average 600 kilometres a day overall?
Yeah, the longest day in 2021 was a fraction over 1,000k.
Kilometres, 600 miles in a day. So there's a fair bit of maintenance going on that bike every night. That bike has been through a hard day every day.
Yeah.
That's what this race is. It is 14 days of really difficult riding terrain, trying to maintain concentration and navigate at high speeds. If you get it wrong, bits of your body fall off and you go in a helicopter and go home.
Consequences is high.
Consequences super high. And you're doing it day in, day out, on very little sleep, on very little rest. Is it fair to say that as the week goes on, your body just takes a knock down and down and down, or do you get to a point and you just grind it out?
I think everybody's different, but me personally, once my body knows what it's doing, it's kind of like, you're doing this, are you? Let's do it. And then when I finish, I just go,
Done. It is an absolutely bonkers event. Neil, we're going to try and be with you all of the way. One of the other things that hopefully will help out this year is we've got Honda on board.
Yeah.
You're going to race a Honda Dakar bike, which is always exciting.
I am so excited.
It
looks so good.
It looks so good.
I mean, I haven't touched it yet. It's getting delivered. Hopefully this week.
But we've got a CRF 450 RX for you in the van. So
amazing.
You can have some practice time. It's all about familiarity. We'll talk more in future episodes about Neil's preparation, because while he sits here all casual and pretends to be cool and just, yeah, I'll just ride it tomorrow, he's a sneaky bugger, and the stuff he does in the background to prepare himself to make everything as easy as possible is it's quite a military thing, I think, that you've got a military background, but it's interesting. So we're going to cover all that stuff off. We've got a number of these episodes coming, so we're going to cover off the bike itself, Neil's preparation, the mechanical preparation, and cover as much of the build up to the event, and then, yeah, we'll get to see Neil at the event. Now, if you want to get behind him, if you want to get behind Bike World and join in and be part of this project, genuinely, like, forget all the sponsors, forget all the corporate stuff. I've only ever sponsored one event, riders for one event in my life, and it's Dakar. And the thing that made me put my hand in my pocket and give money to people to go and race Dakar is because it's the most involving thing ever. Knowing that you've got someone on the start line of that race is so rewarding, and then hearing their story all the way through. It's not about someone trying to go a tenth of a second quicker around a racetrack. It's about this epic journey and this like ridiculous hardship that I wish I could do. And you know, I can't. I say I could, but look at me here, I'm not going, Neil is. If you want to get involved in this, if you want to be a part of this effort to conquer and survive the hardest race in the world, we'll chuck a link below to the Facebook page, we'll chuck some links below to take a look at. There's a competition running at the moment, we're doing a raffle for winning an enduro bike, proceeds of which will go towards getting Neil closer to that start line. And just watch the videos, like these videos, share them, get the word out there. Dakar is... I find it very frustrating as a motorcycle journalist, vlogger, whatever I am, that more people don't get Dakar. It's a subject that when you talk to someone who loves it, you get into it, but people seem to gloss over it. And hopefully with this video series, we can show why we think it's one of the most epic motorcycle races on earth, because it is bonkers. And I don't know how you did it once, and I don't know why on earth you're doing it a third time, but I'm stoked to be a part of the journey.
Honestly, if I could, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't need to do it if I could have a little sip of that feeling on the finish line every day, just a little sip. I'd never need to do anything today. The feeling I felt was unreal, and yeah, I had a little private WhatsApp group that I'd send stuff. So I'm going to be sending stuff to Al. He can then post it up on Bike World's social media, so you can be part of the journey and join. Really, and yeah, it's going to be pretty mental. It's going to be pretty mental, I think.
It's going to be mental. So there it is. Stay tuned for the next one of these videos. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the start of Bike World Does Dakar, Neil's 2026 Dakar journey. Here we go, Neil. You'll be needing this.
Shiny.
Practice bike for Dakar. So this is a CRF 450 RX. Enduro bike, obviously, but you were saying this is basically what the rally bike is based on.
Yep, the donor bike for the rally bike. It's obviously not got any of the tower, 32 litres of fuel, but at least I can learn the mechanics and get confident with the engine. I want to know it can do what it can do.
and it's that familiarity thing, like you said. The rally bike itself has got a long, hard job ahead of it, so you don't want to be putting 100 hours on the rally bike in the UK before the event. This way you can put hours in, get used to the bike, get familiar with the bike, and then, yeah, be familiar when you jump to the start of that stage in Saudi Arabia.
Maybe you can help me spin some spanners and work out what tools I need to take then.
So yeah, we're going to give a little spoiler of what's to come, but yeah, there's going to be some tearing apart of motorbikes, some doing a couple of hard Dakar days ourselves in the UK just to illustrate how hard it is.
I don't think we're going to be able to do 1000k in the UK.
Not off-road. Not off-road. But we'll have a good go at it. Neil, best of luck.
Thank you, mate.
See you in Saudi.